In Tangled the series, Rapunzel's magical hair somehow grows back to its original size and color. But how can this be? The whole point of Eugene cutting Rapunzel's hair was to end Mother Gothel's treachery because it wasn't going to grow back. Well, when Rapunzel and her handmaid Cassandra go on an adventure and find magical and mystical rocks, somehow her hair grows back. In the series, her new hair doesn't heal like before, but instead acts as a shield, is indestructible, and responds to her subconscious. These rocks did something weird and amazing, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Hello, I'm Isaac from Whatso Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to discover what these mystical rocks really are. These magical rocks, which spawned at the site of the golden flower that saved the life of Rapunzel's mother, were powerful with distinct characteristics which allow us to unravel where they came from. The stones glowed blue, granted abilities to a royal girl, and have an unknown amount of energy, just like some crystals we have seen before. I think the shards which grow Rapunzel's hair are the same type of crystals from Atlantis. And man, there is a lot of proof to show this. Tangled speaks of the golden flower growing from a drop of sunlight long ago, while in Atlantis, around 100,000 BC, a huge comet was said to have passed over the Earth with a piece landing in the location that would one day be Atlantis. Both kingdoms spoke of a drop or a piece of magic coming from bright objects in the sky which held mysterious abilities that were unlocked by citizens of those lands. One of these abilities of both objects was healing. We see Kida heal Milo using the power of the crystal and sustain her people with the little food and resources they had for thousands of years, and the same occurs for Mother Gothel, who uses the power of the magic of the flower to keep herself ageless. In both Atlantis and Tangled, the crystals have similar appearances and at least one similar ability, but it also grants powers.
In times of danger, the crystal would choose a host, one of royal blood, to protect itself and its people.
So if the crystals were the same as the ones in Atlantis, then Rapunzel must be of royal blood and have her kingdom in danger. We see the crystal in use under these dangerous times when the Great Flood occurred and when the explorers threatened the heart of Atlantis. And guess what? Corona was under siege the very next day after Rapunzel received her hair. Even though the situation of the pirates was handled, the king in the show is currently attempting to restrain Rapunzel and isolate the kingdom from her.
As of tonight, I am forced to exercise my martial right as king to forbid you from leaving the walls of this kingdom without my consent.
Father!
This is the last we will speak of mystical rocks or magic of any kind.
Which is helping no one but His Majesty, showing Corona is still in a rigmarole. There are definitely dangers in Corona, and as for whether Rapunzel is a royal, well, she definitely is a royal in Corona, and she even could be a royal from Atlantis. But Isaac, no one came or left until the 1911 expedition by Milo. Well, that just wasn't true. The Shepherd's Journal, the document which led Milo to Atlantis, was created by a nomadic shepherd who wandered into Atlantis and recorded a detailed 2-year account of his time in the underground civilization. If this shepherd could enter, another could leave. The king even says,
"The love of my daughter is all I have left."
The obvious person he lost was his wife, who was bound with the crystals forever in the Great Flood. But that doesn't mean he's exclusively referring to her. Maybe another child of his left after the shepherd came. There were great reasons to go. With the city no longer the empire that it once was, and recognizing how his actions brought about their situation, Kida's father had virtually all of their history erased. He had whatever knowledge they had on the heart of Atlantis destroyed and hid it underneath his chambers, leading to citizens slowly forgetting about their own history and culture. Maybe Kida's siblings decided, after being upset with their dying city, that they could start a new kingdom on land after the shepherd came. Out in the middle of the Atlantic, they would voyage to Europe and build Rapunzel's kingdom, which now explains why they would even mention that in Tangled. I think Rapunzel was descended from a royal Atlantean, and this explains why she was given the magic from the stones and Cassandra wouldn't be affected in any way. Just like in Atlantis Lost Empire, when danger came, the crystals were there to protect the citizens by binding with the royals. Oh no, but
If she remains bonded to the crystal, she could be lost to it forever.
no worries. We know Rapunzel won't keep the magic of the crystals forever because Tangled the series happens between Tangled and the short Tangled Forever After, where she marries Eugene. At her wedding, she has her short brown hair again, meaning the conflict in Corona will be resolved and she will be able to give up the crystal's power again. I think Rapunzel's hair grows back because she is a descendant of a royal Atlantean and was given the power of the crystal to protect her kingdom from pirates and the cruel nature of her father. If you'd like to continue to learn about Rapunzel's hair or Atlantis, then I'll leave the links to the movies and resources I used in the description of this video. So now it's time for your thoughts. Do you think the stones in Tangled are the crystals from Atlantis? Is Rapunzel actually a descendant of Atlanteans? And if you saw one of my previous theories about Maui creating the magical flower, does this all connect to that as well? Is Moana linked to Atlantis as well? I'm kind of thinking maybe her kingdom is linked with Atlantis in some way, but I'm not for sure yet. Let me know in the comments section along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, then remember to subscribe to Watso videos and click the bell if you'd like to be notified when I post. To help grow my channel to infinity and beyond, then consider checking out my Patreon page. Thanks for watching and have a magical day.